Gentlelady yields. The gentlewoman from Texas, Ms. De La Cruz, is now recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for allowing me to wave on to this hearing. This is a very important topic. HUD, as the Vice Chair of Housing Insurance Subcommittee, efficiency and a properly functioning HUD is of great importance and very important to me. In my district, HUD housing is something that we have in all of my district. Efficiency, identifying fraud, waste, and abuse as you have done so, and thank you for your very candid response. In fact, some of the things that I heard is that you and your team have identified several areas where we can cut back on fraud, waste, and abuse. What was concerning to me is that you had in 2025 high priority items, 35 of them, which at the end of the year, 24 approximately were still open. When I looked at your office and the fact that the OIG had not been forced to testify in front of Congress, and that it had been 5 years since we had heard from your team about the fraud, waste, and abuse, I thought to myself, well, that's just unacceptable. As a small business owner myself, I regularly have meetings with my employees to say, where are you at? What is the temperature? What challenges are you facing? How can we help? And this is when I decided to create something to help us. One of my bills focused on preventing fraud, waste, and abuse at HUD is noticed in this hearing. It is H.R. 225, HUD Transparency Act of 2025, which last Congress passed with overwhelmingly support from both sides of the aisle, and it passed by voice vote on the House floor. The bill is really simple. It requires the HUD Office of Inspector General to testify annually before Congress. Again, very important. The need for this legislation is underscored by the fact that the HUD Inspector General's office, again, hadn't testified since 2023. Mr. Begg, having you here today and listening to what you have said furthers my resolve for the need for this bill. So my question to you is, as acting HUD IG, can you speak about the impact that pointed congressional attention in the form of a required annual HUD OIG testimony would have on HUD and the OIG's mission to help prevent fraud, waste, and abuse?
Thank you for the question. We welcome the opportunity to come before this committee and our other committees of jurisdiction as requested to provide testimony. We are thrilled to have an opportunity to talk about the important work our staff is doing and also stress the need for actions that can help HUD be more successful.
So do you feel that by coming here on an annual basis and bringing your concerns to our committee, that will help further support the need to stop the waste and abuse and give you the tools that you need?
I do.
Excellent. Thank you. The last question that I have in the short minute is I also introduced another piece of legislation, which is ensuring access to the Whistle Protections Act to provide whistleblower protections for employees of HUD contractors with contracts predating 2013. Section 4712, the anti-retaliation provisions. I know this is one of the first topics that you mention at the top of your management challenges report in FY25. So can you briefly share with us how important whistleblower protections are to help preventing fraud, waste, and abuse at HUD?
Whistleblowers are critically important for identifying fraud, waste, and abuse, and the thousands of contractors that HUD utilizes have many thousands of employees who have direct knowledge of and access to information that we would want to know about fraud, waste, and abuse. Ensuring that they're free from retaliation is key so that they feel protected to come forward. Without those protections, the chilling effect on them disclosing information that's critical to improving HUD programs is significant.
Thank you so much. I yield back.